Hey, welcome back to The Truth is Viral. My name is Bob Powell. We are live in Benton Harbor, Michigan, where the citizens are kind of upset with Monsanto. Let's go right on over here and check out this protest. This is going to be an interesting live stream, folks. Please stick with me. The jobs of 4 individuals all by myself.
Creating a city that will attract professionals to its new $68 million investment. They are treated as disposable. Soon, gentrification due to the upstream development will result in raising rents and property values, pushing the predominantly black and poor residents out of the city. There's been 20 years of whitewash. As early as 1992, soon after the economic collapse, due in part to Whirlpool's own abandonment of the city, private plans were underway to redevelop the city as a profitable vacation land under the skies of community development initiatives. These early plans included a golf course in Gene Clark Park, but when the Harbor Shores project was first presented to the public, it did not indicate any taking of the park. This proposed land theft was publicized only after city commissions approved the project, nor did the Herald Palladium accurately report on the park taking proposal until 5 days after the proposal approval, despite probing questions from the public. In April 2010, the city commissioners voted to resign their support after seeing through all the lies and broken promises of HSCRI. Even a Harbor Shores brochure admits the development was a 20-year process, despite earlier claims that it was motivated by community concern after the racially charged uprising in 2003. Harbor Shores Community Redevelopment, HSCRI, Whirlpool Foundation, the Alliance for World Class Communities, Cornerstone Alliance, Citizens for Progressive Change, Consortium for Community Development, and the Council for World Class Communities are all charitable and community fronts for Whirlpool, established to make it seem as though Whirlpool has broad-based community allies and only charitable intentions in its development ventures. Harbor Shore Board President David Whitmore is a former CEO of Whirlpool. HSCRI began with a $12 million loan from Whirlpool, but the nonprofit received $9.2 million tax break in 2007. In reality, the people of Benton Harbor are disenfranchised from decision making and do not stand with these organizations. Now, these are only just a few of the many reasons why we're here today. And we also want Reverend Pinky, who is a political prisoner chained down in his own home, to be released immediately.
Yeah! Yeah!
And occupy PGA.
Free Reverend Pinky! Free Reverend Pinky! Free Reverend Pinky! Free Reverend Pinky! Free Reverend Pinky!
Free Reverend Pinky now! 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 When? Free Reverend Pinky now! When?
Now!
Now! Free Reverend Pinky
I talked to Reverend Pinky not long ago, and his spirits are up, and he's really counting on us all to be at the courthouse on May 30th at 8:30. He begins his pre-trial. And he truly is a political prisoner.
That's right.
They
That's right.
have manufactured evidence, and we've actually trailed it, and it's just, it's so stupid, it's ridiculous. They manufactured 4 letters that are identical, word for word, same print. The only difference on them is the name. We know that the mayor conspired with someone else, and these lowlifes had this man and his 2 daughters forge these documents. That's what kind of man Hightower is. He's jeopardizing girls and women to forge. This is a federal offense, but he's trying to set Pinckney up. But we're a couple steps ahead of him.
Right on.
Because recently I divulged in City Hall years ago, you know, we all have problems and we all make mistakes. And God forgive me, I had fell off into a terrible heroin addiction. And by the grace of God, I've been clean for 10 years.
All right.
And I'm going to tell you what, me and many other unfortunate people in this city have purchased the automobiles and the home and the clothes on the back of Mayor Hightower.
Okay, tell me.
He is the leader of what is known to be the Paperboy Cartel. It is not just music.
Yes.
This is young boys. He also jeopardized teenage boys, early 20s, put them on bicycles. Nobody thought about a boy riding around with a backpack. It was a perfect plan until he got stupid and he got boastful. And now it's out there. And like I told him, he's done here. He needs to stop. He is not fit to be mayor nor minister.
Yes.
Right on.
When he found out the predicament Pinckney was in, he said, ha ha. No, that ain't no man of God.
That's right.
All right.
You know, he doesn't care about the people in this city. He is too busy kowtowing to these corporate leeches on the river over here. $85 million in tax abatements. And we were promised money from these golf sluts. We don't see a dime. They bring them in on a bus to avoid the share of money that our people could make here.
Yes.
To be behind that fence in 2012 cost a volunteer $150, ensuring to lock the people of Benton Harbor out.
Okay.
This is truly a case of genocide and gentrification. Fred Upton is a huge player in this. He is hiding a lot of these facts. He's allowed Governor Schneider to form a dictatorship, really, in this state. And, you know, in certain cities that are predominantly African-American populated, you've lost your right to vote, essentially. You can cast a ballot, but your elected official
Right on.
cannot speak. And if they do, it goes in deaf ears. Because Schneider himself is a racist, and his goal, I believe, is to disenfranchise not only Benton Harbor, but Detroit and many other cities across Michigan. And yes, the Koch brothers, that right there was a red flag. David Koch met with Governor and Fred Upton and Alpha Scholka, who authored Act 4, and that was shortly after the Blossom Time Parade, I think it was. And, you know, when a Koch brother shows up, you know it's not a good thing. But we all need to get behind the Reverend and support him with prayer and be at that courthouse as much as we possibly can, because he stood for us or someone we know at some point in our lives. And we need to get behind him and stand up for him. And when you know the truth, tell it. God will keep you safe when you are being true.
Amen.
Okay.
I'd just like to make one announcement while we're gathered around here. One announcement. Anyone who has to go to the bathroom, Chief McGinnis has allowed us to use the restroom. Two, no more than three at a time. So if you have to go, you can go now. Thanks.
Somebody ought to go to jail.
Yep. And on that note, I think I might want to clarify the headline. I'm with Pete Santilli's Take Back America tour today, and we're going to be in Detroit later at the Monsanto protest. This is a protest against Whirlpool. Who is it?
All right. You have heard this story. You've heard it twice. What is this all about? What are we doing here? Well, welcome to America. We are doing business as usual because you know how America got started. It was trading companies who were in the business of making money. They got rid of the indigenous people as they are getting rid of the people of Benton Harbor. They moved the people from Benton Harbor to Benton Harbor because they were putting us out of the way. And then, like the native people in America, where they had put us was good. So they're ready to move us again. They have taken our right to vote. And we started in 1865 fighting for the right to vote. And then in 1965 with Fannie Lou Hamer, with the Freedom Democratic Party, again, the people were denied. And as Fannie Lou Hamer said, we were ready for freedom, but the Negro loyalist Democrats were not. And here we are in the same place today. And when they took the vote of people of color and minorities in Florida for Bush 1, the Democratic Party said nothing. And when they took the vote in Ohio with Bush 2, the Democratic Party said nothing. And now they are not only taking the vote, taking our land, but they are silencing our right to protest. What is our right to protest? Reverend Pinckney, who has been protesting the corporate takeover of America for a long time. So we are here to free Reverend Pinckney. Now, this morning, Reverend Pinckney said, "Where are the lawyers?" And as Lynn Stewart, the lawyer who was put in jail for making a press release, said, "This would have never happened if I were Reverend Pinckney's lawyer. How can you put a man in jail claiming there was a date signed wrong on a petition?" I'm from New York City, and we know all about petitions. They strike you from the ballot. They strike names off the ballot. Never have they put anyone under house arrest for anything to do with a ballot. Reverend Pinckney is the first under house arrest. They're stopping him from speaking. But they did their homework first. They scared the lawyers. If Lynn Stewart were still a lawyer, she would be here. She is not, and the other lawyers are frightened. But we must stand tall. This is a defeat that we cannot suffer, because with the vote gone, with our communities being under attack, being taken, we cannot allow them to take our voice. And our voice is Reverend Pinckney. We cannot allow them to take the right to teach. And our teacher is Reverend Pinckney. They cannot take the right to organize. Our organizer is Reverend Pinckney. This must not stand. Every organization that we are a part of the next Reverend Pinckney event. I'm talking about the Lawyers Guild, the socialist organizations, the communist organizations, the unions, the democratic organizations. If they are for freedom and democracy, they must be behind Reverend Pinckney. And when we go home, and when I go home, I'm going to tell everyone, you are not an organization for democracy and freedom, because the leader of democracy and freedom and all of the issues involved today is Reverend Pinckney. We must all be there for Reverend Pinckney. He was there in our hour of need. We must be there for him in his and our hour of need. Thank you for coming out today. Hello and God bless you. I'm Pastor Taylor, and I'm here for Reverend Pinckney because he asked me to be here, and I know that he's a man that stands up for people. That's the reason why I'm here. I also represent People United for Better Government, and we'll be having a march on tomorrow at 3 o'clock in South Bend, Indiana. And we'll start at Dooley's Chapel at 608 South St. Joe Street. And we have pretty much the same problems going on over there. We had police brutality. You know, we had Brother Franklin, he was attacked. Wrong young man, they broke in their house. Tased him, beat him, and then his mother woke up to a gun pointed in her face. Had a white brother, Brother Tom Stevens. They attacked him and beat him. They had to put him into the hospital. And so this pride that Reverend Pinckney had, we have also. But you know, I have a message for Mayor Hightower. You know, the mayor, he was put in by the people to do justice for the people. Right. But Mr. Hightower won't do his job and won't do justice. We have a Hightower. Yeah. We have a strong deliverer. Yeah. We have a rescuer. His name is Jesus. Yeah. And to the judges that don't want to do justice, we have a judge that reigns supreme. His name is Jesus. He's our rock, and we stand on him. We don't take low to sin, not to Whirlpool, because God is getting ready to send a whirlwind to Whirlpool. And to the high tower, we got a strong high tower. And I'm telling you right now, there's no devil in hell that's going to stop and keep this movement from going. We got a message, and we're going to send this message loud and clear. And if the wicked people think that they can continue to do what they're doing, oh, I got a message for you. God is getting ready to reign supreme. You can play all you want to, but you better start doing what's right. This is the day that you can repent of your sin. God giving you an opportunity to repent before he shows up. And he's going to show up. I'm telling you right now that this whole thing was designed. If you're going to put people in jail for petitions being double signed, we should have had a lot of people in prison for hanging chads.
That's right.
And then we got politicians that's supposed to be representing the people. That's what they told you. And then they turned and want to represent just a few and let the masses go.
That's right.
But let me tell you something. They talk about folks being on welfare. Well, we've been supporting the biggest welfare recipients for a long time. It's the corporation. They come in and they claim that they built this stuff. They haven't built anything.
That's right.
The people built it. First, they use your money, your tax dollars. And then they don't pay taxes. But they can get a refund for $64 million. Who's receiving welfare? And this thing has been going on for a long time. And we took our eye off the ball, but we done put it back on now. Wake up, America. We're here to stay. And we want Reverend Pinckney free because those trumped up charges that they put on it. They're going to have to answer for those. Let me tell you something right now. Don't think that we're going to sit down and go to sleep. It's not going to happen anymore. This is to the police department. Your job is to serve and protect, not to intimidate and harass. And we won't stand for it anymore. To the governor Snyder that put his cronies up without a legal election and not even asking the people who they wanted over. That's illegal. That's forgery and fraud right there. Somebody needs to hear what's going on.
Come on now.
And this call needs to go from the top all the way to the bottom.
Clean the house.
And what we're going to do is we're going to take it up out of root, because taking off the branches don't do no good.
Come on now.
We're going to get this evil off from the root.
That's right.
And so if you're in this evil, today is the day you can repent and get right with God. Because we serve a man that told us not to take load of anything evil.
Yes.
And I'm telling you right now, today is a brand new day. We headed a brand new way. We're going to get democracy back. You know, they think that democracy is dying, but no, it's well alive. Let me tell you something. Reverend Pinckney has stood on the banks. He's been got down in the gutter for people.
Come on.
Now it's time for us to get down in the gutter for him. When he goes to that courthouse, we ought to pack that courthouse. Huh? And see, and the thing about it, we got people right now that designed this from the start, from the finish. Hightower knew that the people didn't want it. And they were getting ready to recall it. So when he come up with bogus charges, then when he knew that the court date was supposed to be on the 16th and they knew he could attend his march after he go to court, they moved it to the 30th.
That's what they did.
Do you think we ignorant and we don't know what's going on?
Come on.
Because if you think we're ignorant and we don't know what's going on, you got another thing coming. And if you think that you're going to harass us, we're going to keep an eye on everything you do. Believe that. That's why we form an organization that we form. People united for better government. We're going to be a watchdog group. And that's what you need to be, a watchdog group. Anything that's going on that shouldn't be going on, you need to keep an eye on it. You need to report it.
That's it.
The people that we put in place that said that they would look over us and be good shepherds over us, then turned into nothing but wolves.
Come on now.
But they done put on sheep clothes. The biggest crooks are sitting behind desks with ties and suits on.
That's right.
And then they point at the people in the street.
White collar crime.
They've taken our families and put them in prison for slave labor.
That's
But
right.
no more.
No more.
We got people in prison that shouldn't even be in prison for child support. But they knew they were going to fill up the prison because they moved the job. So they knew they couldn't pay the child support.
Come on now.
Who do you think is it? The people are waking up. And they're not going to put up with it anymore. They're not going to stand for it anymore. You need to get in line and do what you said you're going to do. You said you were going to be government for the people and by the people, then you need to do that. If you don't want to do your job, step down and let somebody else that want to do it. Our next speaker.
All right.
You know, everyone, just a couple of words I want to take away from what's going on here in this community. My name is Pete Santilli, and thank you very much. And I'm glad to have met almost every one of you. And if I haven't, I'll stick around and make sure that I get a chance to reach out to you. The reason why I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, is to support your local community's right to exercise your free will, your freedoms of speech, and essentially everything that is, and when I say the Constitution, let me tell you what I believe that the U.S. Constitution means to me and should mean to every single one of us in every community in America. That document contains something that cannot be given away and something that cannot be taken away. And that is our God-given rights. And I'm going to tell you something right now, okay? There's something on the side of that RV over there. It says, "Take Back American Store." And I'm going to tell you, I heard some things, and I remember the days, because I come from Los Angeles, California, okay? And I was right in the middle of the Rodney King riots, okay? And I heard that term, "no justice, no peace," and I saw what we did to our local community in Southern California. And guess what I learned recently? And I've been an activist. I didn't fully understand what "no justice, no peace" meant, okay, until recently at Bundy Ranch. Does anyone know about what happened at Bundy Ranch? Yes. Okay? At Bundy Ranch, family members, women, men, children showed up at Bundy Ranch, and they said, you know what, constitutionally, you can't take our cattle. You can't take our land. The federal government has no right, and you need to leave. Constitutionally, we the people stood up peacefully. Peacefully. Okay? And we told the federal government that you need to go. And if you don't go, we're prepared to lay our lives on the line to defend our God-given rights. And guess what? That peaceful protest went off like you cannot imagine. And I'm going to tell you why it was successful. For two reasons. Number one, we had a people that were prepared to give their lives for their God-given rights. It's very important that we need to take a stand and fight. Now, we have 10,000 members of this community, and we have a small group of us here, and I want to thank each and every one of you right now for serving your country in a way that is so important that most people don't even realize. And I want to thank each and every one of you. I came out here in support of you folks in your local community, okay? And constitutionally, I believe we need to share with everyone that the quickest way that we can free our nation from a terrible set of economic circumstances, okay? We know about the housing market crashing, economically, what corporations are doing to us, what they're doing to people like Reverend Pinckney with over 80,000 SWAT teamings and incarcerations and forced just taking people off the street, over 80,000 per year. Okay? We're not going to tolerate that. One reason why we will have peaceful events constitutionally is if we have, ladies and gentlemen, you'll learn this, if we have a constitutional sheriff. Okay? I had a conversation, okay, and I'm going to tell you something real quick. I had a conversation with the sheriff, and he's right across the street, and I want to thank you very much, Sheriff Bailey, for the conversation I had with you. Now, I also want you to know that if that sheriff across the street ever steps out of bounds with regards to the U.S. Constitution, you know what you do? You fire him. Okay? He has the constitutional authority to take care of business. He has the constitutional authority to free Reverend Pinckney because he's being held unconstitutionally. He has the constitutional authority to bring that man to these steps. And is he doing it? That's up to him. If he doesn't, and you don't believe he's representing your interests, you are the constituents that will determine whether or not he has a job.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And that's why I'm here, is to support that effort. Your rights to vote. When people sign a petition to recall a mayor, and I spoke with Reverend Pinckney, and I said, Reverend Pinckney, it doesn't matter if you're innocent or guilty. That's to be proven in a court of law. You're presumed innocent until proven guilty.
That's right.
But guess what? I represent, and I think he represents as well. We'll let him speak. We want to reach out today for the people that signed that petition and want this mayor recalled. What about those voices to be heard? Why was that recall election pulled off the table? We're here to also represent those individuals and sign that petition. And why was that recall election called off? Let's represent their interests. And we can do that peacefully, can't we?
Yes, sir.
That's right. And we can fire the sheriff if he refuses to be constitutional, can't we?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Woo!
Reverend Pinckney. We have one more speaker, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and after this, we're going to line up for the march. Thanks for your cooperation. One more speaker. Here we go. Reverend Pinckney, can you hear me?
Oh, Reverend Pinckney's on the phone.
Go ahead, Reverend Pinckney.
Thank you, sir.
I wish I could be with you all. All right, I'm gonna call around Junior.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Justice, there can no peace be. They stole your park, a golf course to make. I want to see every stupid golf cart 6 feet in the lake. Police, judges, and the EFM. It's a conspiracy of terror. It's them. It's us against them. They plotted in darkness, but their cover is blown. Thank you, people. They will reap as they've sown. Thank you. And they want us to gather for the march. Everyone gather and go with the march.
Welcome back to The Truth is Viral Live. My name is Bob Powell, and we're here with the Pete Santilli Take Back America Tour in Benton Harbor, Michigan. This is an interesting little protest. I like the way these guys are getting down. They're, very small group, but they're very vocal at the same time. And I know the headline on the video said that this was a Monsanto protest. Well, that's going to come later in the day. Apparently, the Take Back America Tour is going all over southern Michigan today and hitting up all these different protests. We're going to have some fun. So make sure that you stick around because we're going to party. These speakers right here, we're going to have more speakers. I mean, not speakers, but speakers. And how you doing, Audio Soldier?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you very much.
Guerrilla Media Network's Audio Soldier.
Headed for a march here, so we're gonna take down the PA just in case, so we can be on the move.
The cable guy. All right.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Could you use a hand, bro? Okay, so apparently what's going on here today, Whirlpool came into Benton Harbor promising all kinds of jobs, thousands and thousands of jobs. They got tax breaks. They got special deals. But when it comes time to give back to the community in the form of those jobs, well, they just reneged. So what they're doing is it's a gentrification program. They are there's no jobs. Everybody's leaving, so they're buying up the property at very low prices, turning it into PGA golf course. There's a PGA event here today. So this is the way we're treated. A big corporation can lie. They can come into a town and buy off the local mayor. They can buy off the local police, because that's what happened. This Reverend Pinckney fella, he's an interesting man. Just met him this morning. We're gonna talk to some of these folks over here in just a minute and get more on that story. Okay, the march is getting ready to go. What do you say we join it? Don't get sick on me, folks.
Shoot. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? Yeah. What do we want? Hey, brother Dave, if you can't keep them down the single file back that way, brother. Daddy. What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want? Justice! Justice! Show what we got.
We want it.
Eric Cedar, huh? Okay, speaking of sports. Yeah, he was fine.
Are you in the Marine?
I was,
I
yes.
wanted to see the daggone park in the lake, but we're left away from that, huh?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
But we marched all the way over there to last.
You know, you
Let us find Mr. Santilli. Where did he go? Ah, I see. Back over here by the bus. I'm trying to talk Pete into going down into Indiana. You guys remember that house that was possessed by a demonic spirit? I wanted to spend the night in that house and live stream a night of that. Oh boy, that would have been scary.
You all right, Bobby?
Yes, sir.
You look scared.
Ha! Mr. Santilli,
20 minutes ago. Hey, what's going on?
how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Say hi to the world.
I didn't know. I have my
You figured out, Bob, you got power and everything to charge your battery?
Yes, sir, I do. And I'm going to need to get some more power too because I'm running about 40% here.
As long as that generator's running, you plug it in, you'll get the one.
You want to walk with me?
Yeah, you know what? I see him going that way. We might want to cut him off as opposed to trying to run up and catch him.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go?
I'm with you, brother.
Okay. We're going to go catch up with them right now. Kenny, you going to stay here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. Let me go get this on footage. I'm going to use stream right. Yeah. Why you want, huh? You going to take your laptop with you?
I have to if I'm going to live stream it. I don't have an iPad. I'm poor.
No. Temporarily, right?
Yeah. Hopes. I hope so.
Yeah, that's what you can. It does have a lot of power on it.
Hold on one second.
Just a couple of weeks ago, it was freezing. There was snow on the ground. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Justice! Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! Now! Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice!
He rocks.
Now!
Going in his thing with him?
Justice!
For a day or two.
Now!
I've got my own show. It's called Truth is Viral. I live up in Alpena.
Now!
Pete lives out in
Justice!
Kansas.
And you're connected via radio?
Well, my show appears on his Guerrilla Media Network. So we kind of work together.
Now!
You're not
Justice!
No.
Now! Justice!
No.
Now! Justice! Now!
Got 23,000 subscribers. 3,500 of them are in Michigan. Okay. I'll get,
So I just realized you're going
yeah, when we get back to the bus over here, I'll get the card. Tell you where we're from.
I can remember.
Okay, BobPowell.blogspot.com.
POWER.
2 L's, no R. Powell.
When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! Justice! No peace! No 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 No peace!
I hope this isn't a First Amendment zone like they had out in Arizona.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I knew I was up here.
Yeah, I'm good. See what happens when you're not watching where you're going? You fall on your butt and kill your back. You see that ball? That fell on my ass.
Free Reverend Pinckney! 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 Free Reverend Pinckney!
I got a question for you. My name is Bob Powell with The Truth is Viral. I'm looking at your sign. Contact Attorney General Eric Holder and demand that Michigan do something. Do you really think that Eric Holder would do anything?
That's his job. He's supposed to.
Yeah, well, it's his job to enforce laws, but apparently he's not very good at it.
That's true. That's why we have a sign.
Well, yeah.
Free Reverend Pinckney! Free Reverend Pinckney!
You know what this is? Ah, that was county specific.
Free Reverend Pinckney! Free Reverend Pinckney!
That ain't right.
Occupy the PGA! 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 Occupy the PGA!
Sir,
you inspire me.
brother, I am in the presence of greatness right now.
I'm glad they let you off for the week.
I'm on a very short leash.
Occupy the PGA! 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 Occupy the PGA!
I didn't know there was going to be barbecue involved.
We won't go!
Oh, yeah.
We won't go!
Probably not, bro.
No, we won't go! Hell 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 no, we won't go! no, we won't go. Hell no, we won't go. Hell no.
Sure are an awful lot of cops around.
We won't go. Hell no, 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 we won't go.
Heaven forbid we should interrupt a PGA golf match. Are we going to be interrupting a PGA golf match? Can we get in on that?
Hell no, we won't go. 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 Hell no, we won't go.
Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys, stand by. Okay.
United.
I want that LST.
United will never be defeated. The people 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 united. Yeah. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
Yeah, this is a really dangerous group. All this police presence. For ladies and walkers and wheelchairs.
Will never be defeated. People united 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 will never be defeated. Will never be defeated. Will never be defeated. Will never be defeated.
They're everywhere.
Will never be defeated. 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 The people united 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 will be defeated. The people
The man himself, Mr. Peter Santilli.
united will never be defeated. The people 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 united will never be defeated. The
There's a
people
couple.
The people united. The people united will never be defeated. Free Reverend Preaching! 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 All around!
just make it easy for you. A lot of people back there struggling to keep up with your pace. So I know.
All right, everybody chant with me. Death to the New World Order!
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 Okay, my video feed seems to have frozen. I am going to reboot, and I'll be right back.
That's planted by the wall.